I am Ann-Peggy Divine. Welcome to the Divine Design, the podcast where we unfold heaven on earth and reframe spirituality and theology for a new cosmic era. Your journey on human evolution and integration of your divine design starts here. Welcome, Lena from Sweden.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yes, I met you for the first time 3 years ago when we was on a retreat together.
Yeah.
And now you have taken half of Divinima-Reset, and you have also been in Lyngen to this ceremony we had, a lot of women, and saying yes to our next step divinity, as I call it.
Yes. It's been so much amazing things, but we come back to that.
Yeah, and you say you have been on kind of your spiritual journey for 40 years. And then after you started Divinima-Reset and now doing this course, you said now really something clicked kind of. So maybe you can say something about your spiritual journey.
Yeah, it started many years ago, about 35, 40 years ago, yes. We started with Reiki and Karuna, and I've done body talk and Chinese energy healing, and I've been in Philippines to see this faith healing, and I've been in Brazil with John of God, and I've been taking so many classes and so much information, healing, treatment, muscle therapy, magnet therapy, and a lot of things. But it's all stayed in my head. And I have a lot of information, theory, and things, but I never really downloaded it in my body, in my cells, in my spirit. So it's just sitting there, and I was still searching, and I wanted to find who am I? What do I have inside that needs to come out? And I took one class after another, and a third and a fourth, because I was looking for something. And then I said, no, I have to stop. This is too much. And then it went a couple of years, and then I get this urge again I want to find what it is that's inside me, because it was bubbling inside. So I take a lot of classes. So when I met you in this retreat, then we got in contact, and you said you had this class, and that was so different. For the first time, it goes down in my body. It's because first you have the commitment that I commit to do whatever it says there, and I say yes to that. And it's bigger thing than you would imagine in the beginning. And then also, if each chapter, you learn to know who you are, inside your feelings, how it feels, where in the body everything is. And also you have all those papers you had to write down. So no one else has to read it, but then I have to put words on the feeling. So it's kind of information is downloaded in the body. So I get it in my cells instead of just in my head.
Yeah.
And it's so many questions, and it's really hard sometimes. And I didn't answer all of them.
I know.
Like, where in the body does this feeling, where it is coming from? How does it all? It's really hard, but you need to go in deep to find the answer, and then you anchor the knowledge. So from first, try to learn who am I, everything, and why am I this, and then to ancestors, their effect on your body, how their energy is affecting me and how that is working, and really penetrate that. It's such a big difference from what I have done before, because it's not just in my head, it's in my body. My body feels it.
Yeah.
So I could have skipped all this other, and yeah, in a way, sometimes I'm a little jealous at people who has not taken all these classes, because they are open. I have to, when I get some information, like from you, I read something, I have to filter it through all these classes I've been taking because it's in my brain. So it has to go through all these stages. Is it okay? Is this not okay? Does this correspond with what I learned there and there and there? And then download it. Because I cannot really put my old teachings aside because they are still in my head. But it acts like a filter for good and bad. But in this remark, I think is bad. I wish I could just be open and just take it in and not have all these things to go through. But it is what
Yeah,
it is. And
yeah.
yeah. Do you understand what I mean to filter it through?
Yeah, and I compare it to Signe Lise because you know Signe Lise, and she
Yeah.
said this is the first course I've taken. She's older
Yeah.
than you, but it is the first course, so she took it in kind of no filters, and it's like wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
And when you now speak about I have so many courses, so I had to is this correct in from no, 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 no. So I understand where you're coming from because,
Yeah.
but you're still you also say you're still in your head, so but you take it more and more into the body.
Yeah. So for me, this when you write those commitment and answer the questions, you write it, you have the feelings in your hand when you write it and your brain and your body. For me, that's really important. So I hope everyone really goes in and do that and do every chapter as good as I can. And I think I want to go back later on and go through it again because then I loosen up a little and redoing it and fill in more answers in the questions because
Yeah,
that is so big.
yeah, it is, and I see that someone who have taken all the course, they started when they have taken all Divinima-Reset. It is 13 modules, so it is much. But then they have started one again because module one is about energy. Everything is energy, and
Yeah.
then it's like ding, 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 ding. It's so many aha, and it's like insight because then you have gone through the whole journey, and then you start to take it again, and then you got even deeper, so or
Yeah.
even more integrated. So some of you have done it, but it requires that you set time because this go deep. It's deeper than normal courses because, as I spoke to you about before we started recording, when we listen to Mother Earth, and Mother Earth, we are children of Mother Earth, and she have her own rhythm. So it is when we take it kind of into Mother Earth. So when we think, as you say, you have so much in your head, it is kind of the consciousness, the masculine consciousness that we travel so fast in consciousness and information. But to root it, to ground it in Mother Earth, it is the same as grounding it in our body. So,
Yeah.
and that's it is totally shift. So, so many courses and so many teaching have been just to this box, but we have forgotten the body, Mother Earth. We have forgotten Mother Earth.
Mhm. And no other class has really pointed that out to download it to the cell memory, and the cell can release the emotions and energy and whatever it is. So this is making a huge difference for me. So I'm really happy.
And I'm very glad for you since you said yes to come to Lyngen and have this initiation. You came the day before because, as I said, we were a Norwegian, a Swedish, Finnish, me, you and me, and another Finnish the day before. So we kind of had this. And how was this long weekend for you?
It was amazing. It's hard to put words on it
Yeah.
because we were 12 women that I've met you and a couple of others before, and I've seen some on Zoom meetings and some I've never met before. But we just came together and everyone was so respectful and caring, and it was such a good feeling. It felt like we've known each other for years, and we were there with the same intention. And we have this opening ceremony when everyone came and we presented each other's and everyone listened, and it was so beautiful. All the And we shared rooms, some two in one bedroom, and we shared, and I mean, everyone was it was so natural. We just fit together. And then, of course, the big ceremony was very beautiful, but I don't know how much I should go into that.
Yeah, if you want to share some with from this ceremony, it's because
Yeah.
we did fire ceremony and we also did earth ceremony. So, and it was
And the
next to
water.
the water. Yeah.
Water, big
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
I didn't plan. I have brought some stuff that I wanted to sacrifice and transform and do different things with. And I was thinking to the earth to dig down in the ground. And I was thinking some for the fire to go up in the flames. And I didn't think of the water, but when we came, you said you can also offer to the water for transformation. And I just felt that's what I want to do. So that was the biggest emotional impact on me. And I thought it should be the fire, but it wasn't. It was the water. And I was standing a long time by the shore side there, and it was so beautiful because the fire was close by the water, so and everyone took turns and respectfully waited for each other to do whatever they needed to accomplish.
Yeah.
And everything was so nice, and it was the weather was not the best, but it was beautiful. It was just perfect.
Yeah,
So
yeah, because it rained before we had the ceremony when we went there, and it started when we finished. So actually, when we did it, it was open for us, and then when we just finished, then it started to pour again. So we had very much help in the weather actually, because raining is refreshing, refreshing, refreshing.
okay, yeah.
So do you remember I said we took a group picture, and when we took it, just when we had ended it, and then it when we was finished doing this picture, then brrr, the rain came.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's like I said thank you for your help.
Yeah. It was beautiful, and it was all this together, and the drumming and the singing, and no, it was an experience inside. I don't have really the words for it. It was
Yeah,
beautiful, and the environment by the big lake and the mountains and little snow on the tops, it was beautiful.
yeah.
Everything.
And as you said, even though the surroundings were beautiful because they are here, the what we do is inward, because when we were in ceremony, it was led by a meditation and drumming, and me and Gunevi drummed, but no one else talked. So all of you were inward, working with your things, and you could go to the fire, you could go to I had dig a deep hole in in Mother Earth or the lake. So you just went where you felt like, as you said, you had planned that maybe you will use the fire, but when you were there, well, I will use the lake. So it's like, yeah, so you kind of, we listen to Mother Earth, we
Yeah.
ground ourselves, and yeah, she helps us.
Hmm. No, it was very beautiful, and it's a lot of memories that's going to sit in me for a long time, and also the group together. It was just perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we talk about the ceremony, I want to say something that I opened with. We opened, as you said, with a welcoming circle, and
Yeah.
I invited all of you to, if there came any triggers or any reaction or anything that happened, I said, are you willing to get feedback on that? Because I know that if we get triggered, it is something inside us, so we can
Yeah.
work deep. And some triggers came, and and all of you said yes. I'm so glad, because what I have learned deepest through is that my cousin, for example, she have given me hard feedback, because I have said, don't filter anything, give me the hard feedback, because she can see me from the outside.
Yeah.
And I know that if we have several in our life, not to criticize, but if they come from love, because I said, if I give you feedback, I have given you feedback, I
Yeah.
did it from love.
Yeah.
So even if I say, oh, you do like this and this and this, and you can, it's something that a pattern you have. But you, and maybe it hurts when I say it, but you understand that, okay, it hurts and I want to watch this because it is information there.
Yeah, you gave me feedback and it didn't hurt because I realized you were absolutely right. I just needed to hear it.
Yeah.
And I take that with me, absolutely. So I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yes, I think it is important because a lot of people, we are seeking healing, we are seeking help, we are seeking courses, but we don't want triggers.
The triggers, yeah, in the right way is good.
In the right way, if we know that it comes from love, and we had the agreement, all of us, that when we give feedback, we do it from love.
Yeah.
And if you're not trained to it, it maybe can be hard to adjust because all of us are projecting our life on to each other and what we do.
Yeah, but I know I have things I need to learn, of course, more things. And I am actually really looking forward to continue this. I'm not done with this course yet.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that because what I understand now, I can get more tools till me that I can work with for the future.
Yeah.
And I'm ready.
Yeah, because half of the group had taken half the Divinima-Reset. All of you had been through the 5 first module, and the 5 first module is going deep.
Yeah.
So when the 6th come, then we start to go upwards again, kind of, because it's strength. And but the most important and the hardest is the transformation to listen to the body, all the pain we have, and in our DNA, what we carry from our ancestors. So before you came, we worked deep with ancestor stuff. So, and a lot of ancestor stuff came up, and it was a very emotional ceremony. And people shared, and we could feel it. So we did it collectively and helped each other.
Yeah. No, it's a lot. It's much more than I was aware of from before.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
Yeah, I just think it was so amazing to have you here, and also how significant it is to do a ceremony. And I know that a lot of people think that ceremony is you have to be in a faith, a religious belief, but you don't need to have a fixed religion to do ceremonies.
No, not this ceremony, because this was everyone did it for themselves, wherever they were in religion or faith or whatever, because everyone worked from their own space, if I understood it right.
Yep.
So we didn't talk about religion in that way
No,
at all.
no, because it wasn't any limit. So if you were a Muslim, if you were a Hindu, if you were a Buddhist, all could come because you come with all of you. And because, as you said, it is kind of the relationship with yourself and your higher self.
Yeah. And everyone, I think that was one of the biggest thing that apart from the ceremony and the energy in that, it was the connection between all the women in the group, where everyone was in different positions, different places in their lives, but everyone was there, and it felt like a so amazing sisterhood, and that was something special aside from the amazing ceremony, and then do the ceremony together with all these women or people. It could be men and women, but now it was just women. That was a great experience, and I'm thinking of it sometimes. Yeah, it was really nice. It was amazing. So,
Yeah, and you said also but now I'm ready to have even more experiences. And some weeks afterward, we met in a meeting. And do you remember? It's like, wow, wow. So after this, you have had the kind of opening experiences.
yeah. And I also had, that I haven't told you before, a dream that was so weird. It was like I was in a parallel universe because it was something with people, and I woke up. No, it's not right. Those people are not alive here, but it was so vivid and so, and I had took me quite a while to understand what place I was in. So that was something weird. And that came after this also. And that was about my ancestors. I'm not going to go into it here.
Yeah, but so you have open kind of because you
Yeah.
said you wanted this to happen in your life, and after the ceremony, if I understand you correct, it has kind of open, and you have more of this what you were seeking.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I just had to work more with myself, even more. And I try to take away all my filters. So no,
Yeah.
it's always more work to do, but I've done so much more opening now on this last 6 months, or what, it's not really 6 months, but yeah, than I have done in all the other years. So for me, this has been super.
Yeah, so the journey is actually from the mind to the heart.
Yeah.
So from living from the mind, because what we are programmed to live in the mind, so how to live in the heart, and that's more emotional.
Hmm. Yeah, no, it's great. And I don't understand how you can put together this program. It amazes me because it's covered so much. So I've been thinking, how could Ann-Peggy figure all this out? Because it goes so deep and all these questions, and I'm impressed.
Oh,
How,
thank you.
and yeah, absolutely. And because I compare it with everything else, and it doesn't have that width of content. It's just one part or one part. But here you kind of have covered so much, and that's impressive.
Yeah, thank you. And that's what I saw working as a therapist and working in health. It's like we take a little piece here, a little piece there. So it's like, but health is so complex. It is so big. So so I have walked the path because I have had the pain body, and also having 5 children, being highly sensitive and working with clients. So you get a lot of, okay, that holds one piece, that holds one piece. So also, if you think from an indigenous tribe, when you are kind of a medicine woman, you know that all people that comes to you hold a piece of the totality. So all the people I have worked with as trauma therapist or coach or mentor or whatever holded a piece to me to understand health. So when I talk to people, I listen, and sometimes you say something. I spoke with a friend of us yesterday, and we have worked together as therapists, and she said something when she worked with body. It's like, I will take that. I knew it, but now it was, I will take it deeper. So it is, as I said, when you do the program, Divinima-Reset, if you have done it once and then you start over again, so it is almost like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's has so many layers.
It has so many layers, and our life is like a spiral.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Now I came to get another class that you have to come to 5 days, then it starts on level 1 again, but upgraded. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, no, it is. I agree.
Yeah, so I have made, I don't know, think you know, but I have made 2 more module, and one of the module is the spiral of grace. And it is because I have helped so many to, they have been so sick and they have been in their down going spiral. So I said, okay, I know that I can activate and turn it around so they start their upgoing spiral, because it is, yeah, you go so down. Someone say we just want to die, and it is also the ego death, and it's so it is, yeah, it is complex, but having the resources, and then it's easier to start the upgoing spiral. So that's why I made the spiral of grace.
Wow. I'm
And
looking forward to that.
yeah, and I also made the hero's journey. Have you heard about the hero's journey?
No?
No, actually, Divinima-Reset is kind of a hero's journey.
Yeah.
So we have it for 13 module, but I have made one module that I tried to take almost everything in, like a quick fix, even though quick fix doesn't work in that way that we want it to work, but you get a little bit of everything, very compact. And the hero's journey, all of human are on their hero's journey.
Yeah.
because we want to find our strength, and so we have to shed the shadow side and go through our ego death, and then we live as a new person.
Wow. Yeah. Ego death is huge. Wow.
Yeah. But that is what you have done now since you started Divinima-Reset. It is, as you see, ego death, because you work with your ancestor stuff, you work deep.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it doesn't die suddenly, it comes slowly.
Yeah, and that is actually what I spoke with my therapeutic friend yesterday. Because when it go too quick, it can be so painful, because we have to have with us our body. Our body have a totally other rhythm. It's kind of Mother Earth, and it goes slow. It's the emotional and pain and all. So it use what the thought use 5 seconds to think. This maybe use a day or 2 days, or maybe a week, or longer. So it is, how do we combine this quick intellectual that goes on like the light, speed of the light, and this is like a so slow material.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's good to like it take some time then.
Yeah, because it can be very painful if it goes too fast. And I compare it to something that happened to me, I think it is almost 30 years ago. Well, the four of the oldest were small. And when I hang out clothes, you wash clothes all the time when you have small kids. And the thing I hang the clothes on, I don't know what we call it. Yeah, the clothesline. It fell over my hands, and it was so hurtful. It kind of, I had no blood in, so it was almost like it cut off some of my fingers, and it was so hurtful that I couldn't speak. So it's like I just stand there. I had no voice, and it was so painful. And with my body, I spoke to the eldest Alexander that I wanted him to help me to take it off my hands. So it's like, so he understood that I was in so much pain, and then he came and should take it up. And what he did the opposite. He pressed it even further, and there's like, and I had no voice. But then he understood and was kind of panic, and then he took it off. And when he took it off, then I started to cry, because then the pain came, but it started to circulate. So that's what I wanted to say, that when it starts to circulate, when you go towards healing, it's so painful. But then the bloodstream start and the energy start for goes. What happened when we have a lot of trauma, or we stop our energy when we have experiences we have from childhood, or so we stop circulation in our body. And when we work deep, as you do with ancestor stuff and happening when we are a child, then we open this energy again. And it can hurt also, because then it has been stopped for so many years, and it comes out as a hurtful foot, a hurtful shoulders, or anything. And then when the energy start to move again in that organ and that place, then it feels hurtful at the start, to it kind of balance out, and the circulation goes normal.
Wow, yeah.
So it is actually good that it is pain. So we have to think different about health, that when we work as you, when our body release, it also start to pain, because it want to release it.
Okay, yeah.
I spoke with one yesterday that said that, oh, it is so painful, but she have lived with painkillers for a lot of years. And when you stop with painkillers, then you feel it. You have to face it. You cannot just say, okay, now I want to be healthy. You can say it, but the body wants to release all the tension that is built up for all the years we haven't had time to listen.
Okay. Yeah. That's a new insight of pain. Yeah, no, that's good, because it's I can imagine it's painful to drop the ego.
It is pain. So it's like, and people, oh, how can it be painful to drop the ego? Yeah, it is pain, because you feel sadness, you feel pain in your body, because when you release your ancestor stuff, like they have been bullied, they have been beaten, they have been in wars, and it is in our bone structure. And when we go through it, even though we don't see the picture clear, we don't need to see the picture clear, but we feel it.
Yeah.
So, and one of the way to release it is through tears, to feel it and say thank you for all what you have kind of showed me. So it is insight. The deepest wisdom is through our emotional stuff.
Yeah. I have a lot more to go through here, I can understand. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, and I can give another example, as I have done before, when I had the parasite, as you know. When
Yeah.
I healed radically the parasite, it was so painful. It was so painful that I fainted. I fainted into the light and I said, I surrender, because it was so painful. And it's like, now I should call 113, because this, now it is so painful. So it was so painful that I fainted and I said, okay, I trust. So I fainted into the light. And that was another ego death through the parasite, because when I radically healed the parasite, I didn't know that I needed to go to another ego death. But afterwards, like, of course, because they took over my identity. They made me do things I didn't want to do.
Oh,
They,
yeah, the
they,
parasites does. Yeah.
yeah, they made me eat differently. The good routines I had, they kind of, no, you don't want to do that. So it was amazing what the parasite did to my system. And I learned so much, because the parasite came the second day when I went into theology, the old Christianity way of thinking. So it was the same consciousness. So they informed me about the emotional consciousness of Christianity.
Wow.
So it could have been consciousness of something else. So it's not to speak bad about the Christianity or the consciousness of the Christianity, but it is the old religious belief. So they informed me what was in the field of that. And I fainted, I was at hospital and else. So I learned so much through this parasite. And I had it then for 15 months.
Wow. Yeah,
So
that's unusual that people realize that the parasites can do that.
yeah, that they really affect us so deep in our emotional system and make us. Yeah, no, I don't have this kind of being taking drugs or painkillers, but if you have that tendency, it will be easy to take painkillers, I will believe.
Oh yeah, if you have that pain, most people do, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't do, but so living with that, but it for me. But I, as I said, I after half year I was at hospital and I tried a lot of things, but I'm so glad that I had the parasite and went into this Christianity consciousness. And actually, it was, I think it was it 1 week before or 1 week after I had radically healed from this, I got the last kind of phone from the Christianity congregation about, we are sorry, we did something wrong, because in all system there have been things.
Okay.
So I have been in political system and I see there, and in organization, and I have been in 25, 30, no, much more. I have been in so many systems, so many organizations. Yes, yeah. And it is something everywhere, because we project our life. So if we are wounded, we project our woundings to others. So we need someone to hold, or it will be beneficial to have someone to hold in the hand and say that, okay, this is okay, now you are going through this. And that's why, as like Divinima-Reset and the hero's journey and the spiral of grace, it is helpful to have tools when you are in pain.
Because it gives a lot of understanding for things that I was feeling and how I was reacting to the environment and to other people. It's because a lot of things from the ancestors and from the environment. And that's also, yeah, it's good to understand yourself, why you're reacting and feeling the way you do. And you can eliminate that and just feel who you are inside of yourself. So that is, it's so it's so much in this teachings, so it's hard to pinpoint one or two things because it's so much.
Yeah, it's so much, and a lot of it has to do with our identity, because we know, as we spoke about religious identity, but we have identity about the Sami people, about the Kven people, about, so it is not only religious. It's like we are from this area, we are this kind of people, we are from this area, I mean, we are this. So it is not only religious, but it is kind of, we are this kind of people. And when we so deep kind of associate ourselves with one identity, this will actually harm us, because we need to find our own free identity.
Yeah.
So identity can be very good. So a lot of, like the Sami people, they have a good identity, but they also are wounded. They have a lot of wounding pattern in them. So I have worked with a lot of Sami people, and they have deep wounds. So even though their way of seeing life, communicating with the mountain, with all creation, they know that everything has a soul, kind of. Even though they live with this, they also have been so traumatized by the Norwegian country, because they pushed them, and also to the Christianity. They said that they were the worst people, they needed to convert to Christianity. So they have been so suppressed and traumatized that they have a lot of trauma patterns in them. So even though the Sami culture is amazing, their view, they also carry trauma. And almost all tribe and community have like that.
Yeah. Yeah, the Sami people even in Sweden has been treated very bad.
Ah, yeah.
Very bad, yeah. But that, unfortunately, we cannot change that. But I know the Swedish government have apologized, and it doesn't help what's been done, but at least they stand up for that, say we did wrong.
Yeah, and Norway have done the same, but actually what has happened in Norway now, it has flipped. So they have, are you like if your in ancestral line is from Sami people, you get so much help, much more help than the Norwegian. So it has flipped. So now it is kind of a not a war, but it's kind of a conflict, because just say that you are from the Sami area and you get so many rights. So they are kind of like up in the pedestal, so they get much more right, and everything we have to ask the Sami people. So now it has kind of flipped the other way. So we need to come in balance, because the Sami people isn't better than the Norwegian or the Swedish or the Greek or the Finnish or whatever. So we need to find respect for each other and find a balance point. So that's why,
Yeah.
yeah, to come to an identity that we are humans, not Finnish, Norwegian, Sami, Canada, whatever, but we are humans.
Yeah.
You haven't come to this module, but I in one module you learn deep about Ubuntu.
Okay, yes.
So Ubuntu is kind of an identity, because it says I am because of you. So
I heard little about it, but I don't know anything in depth about it.
no, but we are going against finding a global identity, because that is kind of, we need to find a global identity, because if I say that I am better than the Portuguese and the African people, we need to see, okay, we are all humanity. How can we see a global identity? We are all one, kind of.
Yeah.
So when we go to a global identity, we cannot fight, we cannot have wars. So we see that, oh, we are all one, kind of. What I do to the African people or the Portuguese or the Danish, whatever, it's actually affecting me in a scale I don't see, but it does.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why health is so big.
Yes. It covers a lot here. Yeah.
Yeah. And the last module, module 13, is actually a module of initiation, a little bit like you did here, because I didn't know that it would be an initiation because it was kind of downloaded to me. This model is an initiation, and it is an initiation model to living as Homo luminous, the new human.
Okay.
So as you said, where you commit to live as the new human, and then you know that everything you meet, you don't react, you respond from your light, from your essence.
Yeah, I have a lot of things in front of me.
So maybe in a year we can have another interview, because then you have gone through the whole and maybe integrated it. So, but I think what we spoke about now, it is important to understand that life isn't a quick fix. We are supposed to experience life and have with us our body, not experience only mental, but have this amazing temple with us.
Yeah. Yeah, I realize that now, that it's so important to download it in your body, so your cell memory holds the teachings and not in your brain.
Yeah.
So it really is there integrated fully. And yeah, I'm grateful to have possibilities to understand that,
Yeah.
those teachings. And I think that commitment, when you have the first on each module, the commitment to do this and this and what it says, it's important.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
And it is not, yeah.
it's not just commitment to me, it's to the universe, to everything, that I commit as a human being to do this and this.
Yeah.
So, no, that's good.
Yeah, and that was what I also learned when I did the ceremony in 2017, because I committed to live from my soul, kind of the gut feeling and my intuition, to follow it. And sometimes it is long outside what you think is comfort zone. So I have done it, and it's like, now I will travel to United States, and I don't want to do it. Even though a lot of people say, oh, it's so nice to go to the United States. But for me, it's like, no, I love being here. Here, I'm in my cocon, kind of in my little... But I know why I go, and it's for humanity. It is for a bigger purpose. That's why I do it, even though if I should choose for Ann-Peggy personality, I will just stay here forever.
Yeah, you need to be shared for the world.
Yeah, I will go and get a piece of health from United States. I know that sounds strange, but it is actually what I do. I go to United States, they hold a piece of the new future health. So I will bring to Norway, and Norway will be a node point in health in future. Or not only Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, because we will be one country. We will function as one country in the future.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So what we will call us, I don't know. I haven't gone into that, but we will function as one big country, all the Nordic countries. So it's like when I think about Norway, Sweden, Finland, and it's like, okay, but we are all one. It's not that I'm not one with the rest of the world, but it's a lot of familiarity in the Nordic country.
Yeah, it is.
The biggest different, I think it's Finland.
Yeah.
Because the language of Finland, it's more like the indigenous language. It's almost like a yoik language, like singing language. And so Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, we understand each other. It's kind of similar, but Finland is like...
No, it's totally different. I agree.
It's totally
I can
different.
understand Norwegian, Danish, if they speak slow, and Swedish. It's in the same group.
Yeah. But what we do in the Nordic country is important, because all the country in the Nordic area will be a role model for other countries. I have been guided that 5 other countries will do the same. And this is Spain, Italy, Portugal, France, and Switzerland.
Okay.
So it's like, and so if they do a union like we will do, so we will be a role model for them. Okay. And I'm sure that there are other, actually the Benelux land have done it, and they are 3 countries already doing very good co-creation.
Yeah.
So it can be 5, it can be 6, it can be 10, I don't know, but it will be beneficial to kind of co-create with our neighbors. We cannot put the borders as we have done.
No, that's good. I can see that too, because it's, yeah, I'm not going to that.
So you are my Swedish sister or my Norwegian sister?
Yeah. Well, I'm half Norwegian anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's quite far between where we live, but we can meet like this. So.
Yeah, it is, because you live in the southern part of Sweden and I in the northern part of Norway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, thank you, Lena, for sharing your spiritual journey and all that you have learned from 40 years and now kind of taking it down to your body.
Yes, finally. Thank you. Yeah, this is so great. I can just recommend it for everyone that wants to find something, and they have tried a lot of things, but this is kind of putting it together and downloading it, and this is what I wish I have noticed or learned from the start.
Yeah.
But I didn't, so.
Yeah, no, thank you for saying that. So some of us walk the path and then we do it easier for our children, and that's what we do. We do it easier for our children.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you. Thank you for listening to the Divine Design podcast with Ann-Peggy Divine. Join us next Sunday for another heaven on earth unfolding conversation. With grace, reverence and unity, may the path of your divine design light the way. From the divine in us to the divine in you.